I never thought my best friend would abandon me right when everything I worked for, my future, my college scholarship, was on the line. Jay had avoided me for a whole week, barely acknowledging my presence, and when I finally confronted him at practice, he just looked right through me. But before I could even process his strange behavior, I heard the voice that made my blood boil, wrapping herself around his arm and calling him her honey bunny. I refused to believe they were truly dating until I saw them arguing outside the cafe, and I heard the sickening truth. Chloe was threatening my future to make Jay play along. Chloe actually said all my dad needs to do is place one phone call and no good university will take her in. She can kiss that scholarship goodbye. I finally understood the depths of her obsession, realizing this wasn't about Jay at all. It was revenge for some ancient rivalry between our fathers. I tracked Jay down to the empty locker room before his big game, pleading with him to stop hurting himself for my sake, but he still insisted on the sacrifice. When I looked into his eyes and asked, "Why are you doing this?" my carefully constructed walls collapsed, and I realized I wasn't just losing a best friend, I was losing the only person I'd ever loved. Seeing Chloe celebrate with him after the game, acting like they were deeply in love, broke something inside me, and I snapped. "How dare you touch him? I know you're just blackmailing him to date you, so why don't you save face and get lost?" I screamed, finally venting weeks of frustration. Chloe just laughed, delivering her final malicious blow. "Sweetheart, money speaks for itself, and right now I can hear it saying that you've lost your chance of ever getting into a good college." I wanted to confess everything to Jay right then, but the coach called my name, forcing me onto the court for the championship, leaving the biggest decision of my life hanging in the air. A week later, Chloe cornered me by the lockers, gloating about my inevitable failure, until Jay suddenly appeared and delivered the biggest counterpunch. "You know you act all smart, but you couldn't even figure out that I like you," I blurted, realizing I had nothing left to lose. If your entire future was being held hostage to force a toxic relationship, what drastic move would you make to save your true love? Tell me your story in the comments below.